Hello to my viewer wherever you are. Hope your day has been okay. My name is Ahmed Halif for the Unscripted Talks here in Dub Radio. And there are a few things, as you see, the title of our podcast is Kenyan Poli-Tricks. Absolutely, our Kenyan politics is Kenyan Poli-Tricks. And that is what I really want us to talk about today. And since I don't have a director here, I just want to confirm that everything is working well because I don't want anything to go wrong with our live podcast. So if you have any comment, if you have any input that you want to give, kindly press the comment section below, write your comment, and let me know what you think about it. And as we'll be going on with our discussions, I would wish that we in the comment section we keep it so friendly. Let us not be so jumpy. You understand? Now, first and foremost, you got to ask yourself, what is politics? Have you ever asked yourself what politics is? Because many people don't understand what politics is. At least from my own understanding, I know that politics is the fight to control resources, the fight to get power to control resources. For instance, I get to know what gets to who, where, when, how, and why. And from our, you know, good, I was just confirming that our live is doing great, and that I've already confirmed. Now, we have so many issues going around. For instance, right now, we have seen that President has actually allocated almost 325 million Kenyan shillings just to have their image polished, just to have Kenyan image polished in Washington. And I was very surprised today to see that our Prime Cabinet Secretary, that is Musalia Mudavadi, coming and actually, telling us that it is a normal procedure. Kindly give me your time so that we actually check. I made a screenshot of these. How can somebody say that is a normal procedure? We never saw these PR stunt with Uhuru Kenyatta. We never saw it with Mwai Kibaki. And I don't think it has ever been there. And by the way, if you don't know, PR it's public relations. Actually, it is not meant to just sanitize you. You can only be sanitized if you did something by a mistake. But again, you come admit that the mistake has happened and what you are doing towards making sure that that mistake doesn't occur again. You understand? First step is to accept that there is a mistake that has occurred somewhere. So I'm very quickly trying to, retrieve the screenshot. Oh, here it is. Nice. Now, Musalia Mudavadi says, uh, Ruto government, Ruto government defends hiring U.S. lobbyist Continental Strategy LLC to boost ties with the Trump administration. CS Mudavadi says it is a standard practice. Contract will benefit Nairobi. Now, first of all, let us ask ourselves this question: why are they trying to sanitize themselves? One, President William Samoei Ruto has been smeared with, you know, links to Al Shabaab. You get to understand links to RSF leader Haiti, and some time back, we saw these dossier by NTV that some arms belonging to Kenyan government were found in possession of the RSF rebels in Sudan. How could that be possible? And for those who think that I'm just playing in allegations, this was the first allegation that was brought forth by the DCP party leader almost few weeks after he was impeached. That is the former deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua. And he told us this. Many people thought that he was just bitter because he was impeached. But at the end of the day, he was vindicated because he said, even in a repetitive interview with Yvonne Okwara just the other day on Citizen TV, whereby Rigathi actually said he not only has evidence, but he facilitated the meeting. Like it is him who actually went welcomed Hemeti, received him, and brought him to State House. And in that table, whereas President William Samoei Ruto was having a meeting with Hemedi, nothing to benefit the state was being discussed. They were discussing personal businesses, dealing with the goals and all that. And in return, you know, there will be benefit of using the weapons, which are then going to harm and kill women, children, break families, bring poverty, destabilize the economy of Sudan. So just the other day, when Joe Biden was the president of the United States of America, he actually, I could say awarded, he awarded Kenya with a NATO ally membership. So I don't know why President William Samuel Ruto is clinging on to that, fearing that that status might be taken away from him. It is high time that we need to get down and ask ourselves, what kind of leaders do we as Kenyans really choose? What actually drives us as Kenyans to choose leaders? Do we check their integrity? Do we check their competence? Do we check from which tribe they come from? Or simply we just go by the wave of the day? Now, today, there are a lot of things that I want to speak and I'll jumble them up. The reason why I'm bringing this forth, for instance, let me take you back to the revolution by the Gen Zs during the Finance Bill 2024, which was vehemently rejected by the larger population. Unfortunately, what came forth was lots of state-sanctioned abductions, extrajudicial killings, and we had young persons like Rex Masai and who lost their lives. And up to date, all the the government can say is that they are going to compensate those families. You tell me, how much is worth somebody's life? How much could you be paid for you to forget the pain that was brought to you by the state? While people were practicing their right, which is well enshrined in the constitution that was promulgated in 2010. Just the other day, Kenya was celebrating 15 solid years of devolution. You understand it? Now, today, whenever you invoke those articles of the Constitution, when you try to pull at least one chapter from the 18 chapters that are in the Constitution, you know, you get arrested, you understand? And people tend to feel like you are insane. When these kids were unalived, fear was instilled. they didn't stop to an extent whereby the president, William Samoei Ruto, had to, you know, agree and call off that process of, passing. Actually they passed it, but again it was called off. You understand? Now, later on, we saw Raila Amolo Odinga, who was supposedly by then the opposition leader, coming together, joining hands with William Samoei Ruto, and at the end of the day, creating what we call a broad-based government. And just like when he made a handshake with Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, they also, you know, parted ways with William Samoei Ruto. And the moment he also joined William Samoei Ruto, despite the so many talks that Gachagua did have by saying he's put so many traps in State House that when Raila tries to get in, he'll be trapped. Despite all the promises by William Samuel Ruto that there is nothing they're going to negotiate with Raila Amolo Odinga because he's been a serial negotiator and he's been literally in each and every government. People are getting killed in demonstrations by his name, but at the end of the day, his greed. People think it is him swallowing his pride, but it is his greed that takes him in the negotiation table. I don't know what's your take on that. I could be wrong, but my inner me tells me that I am 100% right on what I am actually saying. Some of them call him Babafua because he is the one who tries to sanitize the wrongdoings of the state. It is not the first time that this is happening. You understand? Now, right now, Gashagwa is unearthing so many things that we wouldn't have known. Then the question is Gashagwa the best president we could have? From my perspective, I will say no. I don't think it is right for Gashagwa to even vie for presidency. It is just right that he remains an informer to the atrocities committed by these government. Whereas they're able to pay 325 million to a PR firm. We have doctors downing their tools. We have patients who can barely receive treatment from share. Yet we have hospitals that are non-existent, receiving capitations to tunes of hundreds, tens of millions. Then all they can tell us is that, you know, uh, we have deregistered all those hospitals that are non-existent. Both the CS for Health, Aden Duale, and the President William Samuel Ruto are telling us it is because of the share system that we are able to know the scandals. We are able to know the hospitals that are non-existent. But is the president responding to the questions that most of the Kenyans are asking? The CS and the president are not responding to the questions that most Kenyans want answers to. They should be answering the steps they are taking towards making sure that they recover the already paid sums to those hospitals because we have accounts that these monies were going to. Those hospitals had bank accounts, and bank accounts have signatories, if not operated individually. They have signatories whom I believe will be traced, case opened, and justice be seen to have been done. Because I feel so bad to have a grandmother back in the village, to have a mother back in the village trying so hard to get into the farm, do chores, get paid, then the little he or she is paid, he takes it to pay share. It heartens to see our ladies in towns going to seek jobs to clean other people's houses, clothes, and do the laundry for them to be paid in order to pay for share. It is also sickening to see our young men toiling so hard in Majengo sites just to make sure they get money to go and pay for share, just for the government to turn a blind eye when a malpractice and these monies are stolen. Because to me, that is one mechanism of stealing the monies. Where do we stand as a nation? Where do we stand as a people? Who is going to help us walk out of this psychopathy? Because as much as all this is happening, I was actually surprised to see yesterday in Kiambu, they were invited to State House. And when the leader of majority in parliament, that is Kimani Shungwa, asked them that is it when the right time comes, they will decide whether it's one term or two term. One term to mean, are they also towards making sure that President Ruto is becoming a one president term according to what he's been able to deliver as a president since 2022, and or being elected in two term, meaning him securing a second term of presidency. And he asked them, or have you already decided? And when they said yes, yes, them, what have you decided? They said two term. So I was like, wait a minute. Until the same people who are crying that the economy is tough on you, until the same persons who are actually saying that the economy is drained in shambles, until the same people who go to the market and say that hunger prices are high, how comes that now you are shouting two term, meaning that you are able to go and vote William Samuel Ruto again, despite the atrocities that this government has committed against its innocent citizens while practicing what is well enshrined in the constitution that was promulgated in 2010. And just the other day, we were celebrating 15 years of devolution. And another thing that came into this was when Raila Amolo Odinga was saying that Kenya is too tiny to have 47 devolved units, which I did agree with him that Kenya is tiny. Actually, if it was me, I would have suggested that we merge these counties to make sure that we are having fewer counties, say even 9 or 10, just like we had the provincial administration, like we had 9 provinces, if I'm not wrong. Again, what discouraged me from that talk is that he said, I'm not advocating for the abolishment of the counties, but rather introduction of a three-tier system. The three-tier system he meant by having the county government, national government, the two we already have privy to that knowledge. But now this third one, regional government. I mean, the issue here was to make sure that we reduce the expenditure. We reduce, the expenditure to make sure that these monies that are used to pay the extra members of parliament, extra senators, governors, it will be channeled towards the right direction. Right now, schools are lacking capitation, the same as hospitals. Yet, we could see trillions being lost in e-citizen day in, day out. It is surprisingly, or it is surprising that the president himself could come and say that members of parliament receive bribes from those who appear before them. And remember, we ran a bicameral parliament. He actually was accusing both the senators and the members of parliament to an extent that when the senator was actually grilling Garissa governor, Senator Cherargei had to ask him, Governor, just in good faith, kindly tell us if anyone of us here as senators has ever asked you or acted in a way suggesting that they needed some pay from you in order for you to, or in order for them to be lenient with you. Instead of the governor just answering yes or no, went through corners and all that. He actually didn't respond to that. It was a whole drama, which ended by the chair, who was Moses Kajwang, the senator for Homa Bay County, saying that let us actually do the real business that brought us here. I'm not refuting the claim that actually we have members of parliament who are corrupt, who receive bribes. It is evident, it is seen everywhere. But tell me, what do you expect if for you as a voter to be able to vote someone, you ask yourself, has he given me something? Has the person given me money? Has the person given me cash? Has the person done this to me? So, to you, that is what you do to decide the person you're going to vote for. What if I told you that is wrong? Because trust me, any time that you're receiving monies from these people, they will go retrieve it and recover it, triple the amount they gave you. If somebody can spend 10 million in campaigns, don't think that person is a fool. They already know the mechanism in which they are going to recover their money. So let us be people of sane mind, even as we attend these rallies, even as we listen to these politicians, even as we are driven by little bit of ethnicity to like your own, but let us always stay focused and let intelligence run through us as we elect these leaders. Anyway, let me know what you are thinking in the comment section below. If you are watching us from our YouTube channel, consider subscribing and pressing notification button. So anytime that we are live or we upload content of this nature, you'll be the very first person to be notified. You know, the response from those who felt hurt by the president's accusations, one was Honorable Millie Odhiambo, who said that, you know, when a hyena wants to eat its kids, it starts to say that they smell like goats. This was also echoed by the National Assembly Speaker Moses Masika Wetangula, who said also that when a hyena wants to eat its own kid, it says it smells like a goat. So clearly, we could see a war between the legislature and the executive. And what is happening here, from my own analysis, is that William Ruto is actually receiving on injection. William Ruto has scored an own goal. It is him who has been bribing these members of parliament to pass and present bills and laws. It is him who has paid these members of parliament to go against the will of the people who actually elected them, who have the sovereign power, who gave them that power to practice indirectly, that otherwise they would have practiced themselves. So I fail to understand why he would be the very first person to cry. Even Sifuna did say that even kids know, if you ask them, uh, who is the most corrupt person in Kenya, or when you just mention the name of President William Samoei Ruto, they'll already know. They already know. Now, tell me what you expect from a government that is employing drug barons. Tell me what you expect from a government that employs people who have criminal cases in court as CSs. Haven't we heard of Joho being accused of, you know, I'm saying, accused of dealing with drugs? Haven't we heard of William Kabogo, the CS for ICT, being accused of drugs and the cases are there? How many of these CSs that are there but we haven't heard of cases? If not these things are happening. So, do you expect a straightforward government when all these is happening? A little bit. Good. I was trying to find an angle that is much better for me to, and comfortable for me to communicate with you. Some of these things we have to do them, especially when you are a growing YouTuber and you don't have a team that you're working with. You know, you got to be the director, you got to be the script writer, you got to be the cameraman, you got to be the person who is actually setting up lights, you got to be the person checking sound, and yeah. So hope you understand me, my viewer. Hope you truly understand me on these. Picking my trail of thought I was actually saying, what do we expect from a regime that is actually employing people with court cases, people with incriminating or questionable character? One time I did say that putting uh, integrity and William Samoei Ruto in one sentence is actually trying to play with the intelligence of Kenyans. Because most of us, if not all of us, know the cases that even him, as William Samoei Ruto, how is that change going to be effected? Oh. That's a little bit. Noted. Oh my. Uh, you know, this is what we go through working with. Mm. Oh God, oh God, no. Guys, kindly bear with me. Kindly bear with me. But I think we are back on. Let me just confirm from my end here that everything is working perfectly. We were doing great. We were doing great. We were doing great before that. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. We were doing great. Mm, good. Could someone at least confirm to me that I am audible enough? Kindly, if you are watching, could someone kindly confirm to me that I'm audible enough? Because I don't want to play it from here. Kindly just give me in the comment section, tell me if we are audible enough, because I don't want to mess up things. Okay, let me just put something here. Mm-hmm. Kindly mm, and press. Actually, kindly subscribe and press notification button for regular updates. That is what I'm trying to update here. Thank you. Good. If you have any comment, you could also possibly put it there so that I could easily read and respond to them as we go. I just want a confirmation that our sound is doing okay. Today we were just looking at the politics in Kenya. Yeah. Now that we most of us agree that it is one term for William Samuel Ruto, what alternative are we giving in? Kindly tell me who's your best suited candidate. Let us have a conversation here. Who's your best suited candidate, and why do you feel that that person is the best person to drive this Kenyan to the next level that it deserves? What makes you feel that this person will be better as compared to those who have already tasted the power? I'm not going to say my view. I want to be very neutral on this. I want you, I want to give you the candidates. We have Rigathi Gachagua. We have, Fred Matiangi. We have the Chief Justice Emeritus, you know, David Maraga. We have George Natembeya. We have Eugene Wamalwa, Kalonzo Musyoka, and the current president, William Samoei Ruto. Whom do you think fits the bill? We also have the Busia Senator Okia Omtata. Whom do you think fits the bill to drive this country towards the right direction? Because one day I did tell you that So long as we don't have a regime change, then we are in for a rude shock. Why did I say this? The persons who actually worked in Kenyatta's regime, the ministers who worked in Kenyatta's regime, and they were still alive, are the same people who went and worked for the Moise regime. Now, the ministers who still were alive also worked in Kibaki's regime for 10 good years. The same ones who were in Kibaki's regime are the same ones who were transited to Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta regime, and the same ones who worked in Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta regime are the persons who have now been imported towards William Samoei Ruto's regime. So we have never had a regime change. Are the same persons that we keep on talking about. You understand? So I don't know. Kuna kasumba fulani ambayo yatukula ama vipi? Let us have a conversation around this because we might be here claiming that we are so happy singing one term, but again, we don't have a solution. Payslip holders, are you really happy from what is happening? Are you really proud of what is happening? It's kind of difficult to answer that question. It's tough. It's tough to answer such a question. You understand? So it is time that we be very, very vigilant. It is time that we make sure that each and every politician that is talking to us, we listen to him keenly and observe observe him keenly. Let me even turn because I really want to talk to you and convince you to do the right thing come the year 2027. Politics should be issue based. Politics should not be about ethnicity. And I'm not saying this to open a Pandora's box to castigate the former deputy president Rigathi Gachagua. No. Actually, I will support him for what he is doing because, charity begins at home. If you are one person who cannot be able to defend your people, then you'll be lying to yourselves. We come from an origin. We both belong to a community, and that is the place whereby, whenever things are tough, we seek solace from. Therefore, we cannot hide behind curtains. When someone does something like what Rigiji is doing, you call it tribalism. But when Raila Amolo Odinga does it, or William Samuel Ruto does it, you call it empowerment. Just the other day, we saw William Samuel Ruto inviting people from Kiambu. Was he tribal, or simply because he's from another community and these are people from other community? Now that does not amount to tribalism. Do you really know what tribalism is about? Do you know what favorism is all about? Let us speak and debate on issues. Let us ask ourselves, what were the key things in the manifesto of Kenya Kwanza as they were campaigning before, during, and after the elections of 2022, have they been able to deliver? They can do all the PR as far as I'm concerned, but the reality will soon come out. In the era of information, the government cannot win the information war, no matter how much they try. Now, this PR thing that people keep on talking about, do you know what PR is? I really want to read it verbatim from the Google Google definition. I want to read it one by one. Good. It says public relations, which most people call it PR. You know, most people, when you talk something and they not agree to it, they'll tell you, he's only PR. That is PR. You know, in quotes, that is a lie, or that's not the reality. Those are your own words. That's propaganda. So I want to give you definitions verbatim from Google what PR is and what propaganda is. So public relations PR is the practice of strategically managing information to build and maintain a favorable public image and strong relationships between an organization or individuals and its various publics. It involves deliberate, planned efforts to create mutual understanding and goodwill through various communication channels, aiming to shape public perception, achieve organizational goals, and influence opinion and behavior. We go ahead and check the key aspects of public relations: reputation management, strategic communication, relationship building, image and perception management, diverse tools and tactics, ethical and trusted communication, goal oriented. Now, I want you to focus into ethical and trusted communication. Now we are going into ethics. Effective PR relies on trustworthy and ethical communication methods to deliver information. Now, let us ask ourselves, is William Samuel Ruto, first of all, himself trustworthy? As much as we want to cleanse him, actually, we are not cleansing Kenya. Those people are using over 325 million annually on a contract that was signed August 6th this year. It is Ruto they're trying to sanitize. Is Ruto trustworthy? From all the allegations and evidences that we've all seen as Kenyans, only to a person who doesn't know, oh my, the kind of extrajudicial killings that have happened in Kenya, the kind of state sanctioned abductions that have happened in Kenya, only for that person could say that William Ruto is trustworthy. Now, let me Google what propaganda is. So by the time you use these terms, public relations, PR, and propaganda, eh, you get to know actually what you're talking about. Mhm. Propaganda, information, especially of a biased or misleading nature, used to promote a political cause or point of view, underline political cause, underline point of view. So when Duale comes and tells us, actually, uh, whatever you're saying that there's some hospitals that received capitation and they are not registered, actually, we already know that information. We know that information. Oh my God. Then they come again and say, you know, we have actually registered all those institutions that are ghost like. that are non-existent. We've deregistered them. You have played political cause, promote a political cause. Why? They are not answering how they are going to recover the monies that are already sent into those accounts. Should we continue trusting them? Shouldn't they have resigned by now? That's what Kenyans are actually asking. Because by now, I believe that Aden Duale should have already resigned from being a CS. And equally, William Ruto. Equally, the persons running share. Because if they cannot do their due diligence to get to know actually who are these people who are receiving these monies, how true are their existence in nature, and you just go ahead and give them capitation. No, that doesn't augur well with me. Somebody else could be lied to, but it's not me, Ahmad Khalif. Somebody else could be lied to, but it's not me. I believe you too. You have the power, you have the integrity, you have the intelligence to sit down and analyze this whole situation and see that actually we are being played big time as Kenyans. Now, 3 minutes to my punchline. Mm, I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. And stay with me because it's high time we take the mantle. It is high time we take the bull by its horns. It is high time that we as Kenyans say enough is enough. Viva! It is high time that we say a luta continua. It is high time that we show these leaders we are better off dressed in sacks and rags other than being criminals dressed on suits. Could somebody tell me, preach, brother, preach? Could somebody tell me, go on, brother, tell them? Oh my. It is high time that we as Kenyans have to make the toughest decisions. Article chapter 1. You know, the sovereignty of the people, the sovereignty of the nations belongs to the people, belongs to the citizens. What does that mean? We have the power to practice directly what we feel is right. These members of parliament, senators, governors, all these people, we've delegated the duties to them, the MCAs. We've delegated duties to them. Punchline. Let us hit the streets. Yes, let us hit the streets. Let us grab back our power. Because do you know the Constitution indicates very well? The Constitution has cut so much the powers of the president. Do you know your MCA is so powerful than the president himself? But Ruto knows that you don't read the constitution. That is why, oh my, he is able to do whatever he is doing because you don't know he is powerless. You are being treated the way you are being treated because you don't know your rights. We keep claiming we know our rights. We know our rights. Oh my, you're far from knowing it. Do you know what is in the 18 chapters of the Constitution? Do you know what each and every chapter dictates and article dictates? Before you say, I know my right, let us study the Constitution. It is our civic duty, our basic duty to make sure that we understand our Constitution. And only then, if we understand this, shall we be able to take back the power that belongs to us and tell these criminals on suits that even with sacks, with rags, we can run this nation, improve the economy, make sure that the livelihoods of our people are better and the respect of human dignity is upheld to the maximum. We have to make a choice. It is not something that we are begging. It is not something that we are asking for. It is something that we are demanding. It is something that we really want to see happen. It is something that we cannot take for granted while we see extrajudicial killings happening day in, day out, state sanctioned abductions. When you criticize the government, you are being told that, hey, look, watch your step, you are crossing the border. No, we are far much better than that. We can do better. Let us grab the bull by its horns. Let us tell these leaders that, you know what, our power is in our unity. When we are united, they lose their power. There is nothing they can do. They will fire a couple of bullets, of course, but they are not going to kill you. They are not going. Why do I say this? By you, I mean you in the second person, plural. Because you might kill a few, but you cannot manage to kill all. Whom will you govern? Who will pay taxes? We need to make sure that we are getting our country back. Let us do what it takes. Let us do what it takes because there is no way we are going to be intimidated into supporting a regime that is rogue. Look at our economy running in shambles. NHIF balance that was there, that the debts that were not paid in the whole years of NHIF operating, SHA has superseded it, and we are happy that we have a running government. We are actually happy that we have a government that is in place. That could not be the case. That should never be the case. That's all. I don't know what to take. Um, Taking my time to rest. As you can see, I'm exhausted. Talking for 1 hour is not an easy task. Yeah, I'm glad for those of you who watched. I have 66 views by the time I'm ending these live. I'm glad for those who took your time to watch me despite having so many things to watch on social media. Be blessed for taking time to listen to me, for taking time to watch me. And most probably, it either means you all agree with me or you don't agree with me at all because I'm not seeing comments. But I believe with the time, we are going to see these comments trickling in. I'll try my best to make sure that I do these lives. We talk, we have a conversation. Unfortunately, I don't have a team. I'm by myself, but they do say we begin small, small, small as we proceed. I believe that someday I shall have a bigger team to work with, and I'll not have to worry about lights, camera, and all that. Thank you so much. From wherever you are watching from, if you are at night, may you have a blessed night. If you are watching from a place whereby you are nearing the morning, may you have a good morning and a good day. Kindly remember to subscribe and press notification button so anytime that we are live or will put content of this nature, you'll be the very first person to be notified. Ahmed Khalif is my name for the unscripted talks here in the radio. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.